Good Tuesday morning. It is October 22nd, 2024. Quick look at the weather. Again, we're in a very dry pattern here. As we head into the future, we'll see some things that I do want to point out. But in general, dry, kind of warm, definitely warm today and tomorrow. Cooling off a bit on Thursday through Saturday, and then even a little bit cooler on Sunday, Monday. The overall trend, though, in the long range does look warmer, but we do have some interesting looks at some things I do want to bring to attention just as we head out into the future. So, but dry through the weekend, just getting a little bit cooler on Thursday and a little bit cooler than that on Sunday and Monday especially. So here we're just moving through the day today, Tuesday, that's Wednesday now. Again, we got a high pressure system in control. It's to our south, pumping in some southerly winds. So highs today up in the low 80s, tomorrow around 80 for sure. And then on Thursday, we're going to see this front kind of move through here. You see the heights get lower, this cooler air coming down from this high pressure to the northwest. And that will pump in some cooler air because our winds will turn north. And then as we have northerly winds, we'll cool down for a few days. Then another little disturbance is going to come along, and it's going to also bring the heights down, you see here, as we head into Saturday into Sunday. Another high coming here from the northwest, bringing in northerly winds here around it. This high goes like this. You see the cooler air up here in the north, so it's going to get to tap some of that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the nighttime lows again into the 30s, maybe some more frost as this high kind of settles in from the north for a few days. But then it starts slipping off. Now, this is north of us, so when you see this, the winds are going like this around the high pressure, and then they're getting banked up against the mountains here. And this is called cold air damming. It's what causes these isobars kind of do this little U shape up against the mountains, and you see it bringing some moisture on shore. I think it's far enough south that we say sunny, but you can see that it's bringing in some moisture to our south. If that moves a little further north, or if things are properly, set up, we could see a few days where we get cloudy conditions from an easterly wind and this cold air damming scenario that gets set up. On the back end, though, you see if we can get the southerly winds, which is this back side, so our strong southerly winds. This is a huge heat wave coming in from the middle part of the country. While we stay in this little cool pocket for a bit, it does look like that will eventually erode, but it is taking a long time to erode out. Regardless, I think we warm up for sure next week. We'll see highs up in the 70s, maybe even 80 again for a few days. Now we're getting to way far out there land, so don't start trusting any of this. There is some interesting activity that happens along the east and southeast coast. Also, we get this other front that kind of moves through. Again, we get some reinforcing shot of cooler air. And then, yeah, the GFS goes nutty here and builds a big hurricane here that could come up the east coast or go out to sea. We'll have to see exactly how that all pans out, even if it's real. I suspect this far out it won't matter. I mean, at one point we had a huge front coming across the country at this point with a huge cool down, and that does not seem like it's going to happen. So once we get way out there, it doesn't really matter. So again, dry conditions, though, on everything you saw here all the way through the end of the month into the beginning of November. Temperatures will be warm today and tomorrow, cooling off some through the weekend, although we should have a little heat up again next week as our temperatures will be driven by southerly winds again, and then we'll see how things pan out. This long range with this big low pressure off the East Coast, that's just la la land, and I wouldn't trust anything you see it this far off. It's been your Tuesday Loudoun County Weather Outlook, and have a good one.